Hi, I'm Joni with Joni's Corner, and today's video is just going to be really me reflecting on what the last 2 weeks have been like being on YouTube. In the very beginning, and I'm saying this as if I've been on here for a while, but honestly, it's like dog years because it's just an interesting journey. For a while, I struggled with, being prim and proper and saying things the right way and trying to say things in such a way that I wouldn't offend anybody. But listen, my goal is not to offend anybody. I can only speak from my own experiences. And for some reason, that still offends some people. And I'm very cognizant of the things I say and do. All of that is on purpose because I want this place to be a place for being real. Like, life is messy. I may drop an F bomb here or there. That's just kind of how I am. And I'm finding that I just need to loosen up a little bit. I'm not trying to engage in negativity. And I don't even want to give the negativity too much attention. But I definitely want to address some things because that's not the vibe that we're trying to have over here. I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to uplift people. And in the interim of doing all those things, shit's gonna be real. And that might trigger some people. But if you can't handle my perspective, then this channel is not for you, and that's okay. You can just scroll on by. It's not for you. And just like, there's negativity, there's also positivity where people are saying, thank you so much. Like, this really helped me today. So everything ain't for everybody. One of the things that I've always heard growing up and really resonates with me is if something's not for you, but there's a message there, eat the chicken and spit out the bones. You don't need to consume the whole thing. There might be some nuggets of truth or enlightenment in there. You don't need to necessarily love everything someone says, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. And that's okay. Take what you need and leave the rest and just carry on with your day. It's, the tearing people down or telling people they don't know what they're talking about or whatever the situation might be that they feel merits that type of response. Like, why even waste your time? If you don't like somebody, why waste your time on them? I'm just like, okay, bye, moving right along. I go on with my life and I don't think about those people. But again, that's not the vibe that I want over here. And in all, transparency purposes, I have been holding back because me as a person that someone sees, my friends see, my family sees, I'm kind of goofy and I be saying shit and I do curse. And the thing is too, my first videos, I talked about God, and I do think that brought in, some types of personalities that are very religious, and I don't teeter, or at least I try not to teeter too deep into the religion aspect. I believe in God. I pray all the time. I believe that there is a higher power that we're going to eventually have to answer to one day. You don't have to agree, and if you don't agree, that's okay. That's okay. But what you do, I'm all for doing your own thing, making your own choices, and that is okay. I created this channel as a way for me to process my thoughts and my life and the things I've been through, and hopefully it helps someone in the interim. But if it's not for you, that is okay. And I also want to find my people because I know I'm not the only one who feels this way about certain things. And this is not the trauma Olympics. Oh my gosh, you only dealt with your husband cheating on you. Okay, so that brings me to my next point. I was talking to my friend and kind of having this particular conversation. And she works in mental health. And one of the things she said, when she talks to patients, if the person she's talking to was in a car accident, That car accident might be the worst thing that ever happened to them. And that is still valid. It's the worst thing that has happened to them. It doesn't take away from the fact that someone else may have lost their spouse to cancer or whatever, because then that person, that's the worst thing that's ever happened to them. We all have problems, we all have trauma. And I don't need to provide my trauma resume to try to validate why I'm healing or how I'm healing. And if my process of healing helps someone else, I feel like I've done my job. And I hope that that is what people take from this. I hope that the way I process the stuff that I've gone through helps someone in some way. And let's just be clear, the cheating thing was just one of the things I've gone through in my almost 40 years of living. And with that being said, I need to clarify something from my last video as well. So I mentioned, I rekindled a friendship at the end, and I realized after I posted it, I was like, that's kind of confusing. They might think I rekindled with my ex. I did not. We got divorced. I was referencing rekindling a friendship with my now husband, who I was friends with back in high school, prior to even meeting my ex-husband. I talk about that in a different video. There's a different, longer video about how that relationship transpired. And so I think in my mind, when I was talking about it, I just had the assumption that, oh, they would have seen that video that I'm now married to someone else and how that happened. And so when I said husband, I'm talking about my current husband. That is who I rekindled my friendship with after we had lost touch for a few years. And now we've been married 10 years as of a week ago. And we've been together 16 years. And so I just wanted to clarify that I did not get back with my ex. Absolutely not. That was a done deal. We got divorced. We moved on. No, he is no longer with the girl he cheated with. So there's that. And yeah, so thank you to all my 46 subscribers. I see you. I appreciate you. But I'm going to start to just be a little bit more myself. And the thing is, too, I'm only 2 weeks in. And so hopefully there's been some improvement and that I'm getting better and more comfortable, because that is the goal. But I just wanted to address some things. I'm like, I am trying to toe this line of being respectful and all these things, and I'm still pissing people off. So I might as well just say what I want to say, because they're going to be pissed off anyway. So there's that. I don't even know if I have anything else to add, because I'm 10 minutes in right now. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye. So I just want to be clear. I am healing. I am not fully healed. So